Hello everyone and welcome to WhatCulture Gaming. I'm Josh, joined as ever by Rachel Shackleton, because today we have a smorgasbord of news. Rach, did I get this right? We've done 3 takes of this so far, and every single time I've gotten that word wrong. Rach, please tell me I was close.
We have a smorgasbord of stuff you this morning, and Josh Brown, hey, there's just some words that you can't say, and that's all right. I can't say squirrel very well, so there we go.
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir.
That's the one.
So anyway, today's news is mainly regarding Rockstar Games. So something launched yesterday that was pretty cool.
Yes.
And that was the Rockstar Games launcher. However, it's looking pretty bare at the minute.
Yes, it really is. First of all, a very imaginative title. Rockstar Games have released a launcher called the Rockstar Games Launcher. Very, very good. But I know I'm not really in sort of the PC ecosystem, but I know adding new launchers is a very sort of controversial topic. You know, obviously we've had Epic, the Epic Game Store earlier this year, which has caused a lot of furor for many different reasons, not just because it exists, but because of how it is pillaging, you know, exclusive games and stuff. But Rockstar itself, as a company, hasn't really had the best history with the PC community.
No,
a lot of its games haven't really come to the platform. They've kind of been teased and stuff. And now, Rich, they have a launcher, and like you said, it looks very bare bones. There are currently only 7 games on there. You've got, let me get this right, you have GTA 3, you have San Andreas, you have Vice City, you have Bully, you have GTA 5, you have L.A. Noire, and I think that's all. There's about 7 games, and GTA 4 isn't on there for some reason.
True. 4 is missing. At time of recording, they're actually saying if you do sort of move your Rockstar Social Club account over and download the launcher, then they'll give you San Andreas for free. So hopefully that's still up there by the time you guys are watching this. It was a limited time only thing, so you can get San Andreas for free. That's pretty cool. I mean, most people who want to play it probably already own it on Steam, but never mind. So basically what we're thinking with this is, because there's only a few games on it, obviously they're maybe going to port a lot more games to PC in the future, and that is probably going to include Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yes, which, you know, obviously is a big, big deal. I know Owsley Beatty cannot wait to get his hands on that because he is obviously a PC gamer.
God bless PC gamers. We're so patient.
Well, I mean, you don't deserve this, Rich, to be honest. You really don't deserve to have to wait so long to play one of the biggest games of the generation.
And then, of course, not only do you have the people who stand by their PCs, you also have the people who like stand by Steam as well. I know there's a few people just forgoing Borderlands 3 for the next 6 months until it comes out on Steam because it's on Epic at the minute. Rockstar launcher. Does that imply that Red Dead Redemption 2 might be a Rockstar launcher exclusive? And,
I think
Steam
it must be. You know what? That, like, them having their own launcher, especially for a game as massive as Red Dead 2, obviously just maximizes their profits. They get to promote all their other games. They get to promote, you know, online. I guess Red Dead Online doesn't have shark cards per se, but you would get to promote all of that sort of additive stuff to the games. You get to promote all the in-game purchases. It is a kind of smart business move. My worry is the way Rockstar have sort of treated the PC player base in the past. You know, there was a time where they weren't too keen on mods. They haven't been too keen on even releasing their major games. So as a PC gamer, what does this look like from the inside? Because I'm on the outside looking in, and it doesn't look all that kind of appealing, if I'm being honest.
I mean, it's quite simple. Like, nobody wants all these launchers. It's a pain in the bum. Like, they all like start up when you start up the PC, and it's a pain in the bum. Obviously, you can turn that off, but no, it is quite simply having to log into all these different things and try and remember where all your games are. It's a pain in the arse. Obviously, having it all in the same place on Steam is the way, and that's why it has been the way for so long. And I feel like we're getting all these new launchers, and it's just honestly a case of can't be bothered having them all, and I'm sure you guys will agree. But the thing is, it's at the end of the day, it's Rockstar, it's their game, so if it does end up being an exclusive, it's like when, I realize it's not anymore, but it's like when Destiny was on the Blizzard launcher. Activision Blizzard, obviously. You kind of just deal with it. You just deal with it, but you're not happy about it.
Well, that's the sort of thing where I stand. Now, I obviously don't have to use all these different launchers. I have to boot up individual consoles,
you have to get up and put the disc in.
Sometimes, I still use discs mostly. But for me, when it comes to the Rockstar Games launcher, there are 7 games on it. A lot of these are old games. For me, that's not enough incentive to sort of, go out and seek it out. It seems like a needless step.
Yes.
Obviously, it will be set up for the future. I imagine all new Rockstar games will come out on the platform. And they're a company that is big enough to just be able to do this and kind of get away with it because they make so much money and they have such a standing in the community. Everyone wants to play their games. But at the same time, for 7 titles, most of which, me personally, I have played to death. Like, I want to go over there. The idea of cloud saves is obviously cool, automatic updates, but they're not enticing me. And a free copy of San Andreas, again, is cool, but we've all played San Andreas.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is that they're maybe thinking of putting more of their back catalogue like on PC.
Yeah.
That would make sense. Or maybe it's just, maybe it's just something they wanted to try out, and now that they've done it, they're like, cool, we've done it.
Everyone else has got it. Maybe it's just a case of that. Everyone else has a launcher. We're Rockstar.
Why not Rockstar?
We'll just have one. We'll eventually put our table tennis game on there, which is actually really underrated and really good. But anyway, we best move on to our next story, which is all about Anthem. And I'm so sorry because we always talk about Anthem on this channel, but it keeps making mistakes and interesting decisions. Obviously, it has not really left the headlines since it launched back in February about how, the launch was kind of a disaster. I know it's been a long time, Rach, and that links into to this point because they've just released an update about how they're essentially treating the live service going forward and what they're going to do to try and resuscitate it because obviously people are falling off. It's not what people expected. The post-launch content hasn't quite been there. And I have a big old quote from BioWare's head of live services, Chad Robertson he's called. Come on, listen to this. He says, "We hear your concerns on core issues in Anthem and are acting on it.
Good.
Those systems require a more thorough review and reworking versus quick fixes. We've got a team working on that now, and early results are promising. However, in order to address these long-term plans, we are moving away from the act structure for updates. Instead, we have additional seasonal updates planned for this year that we think players will enjoy. These events will deliver challenges and chases similar to what you've seen and are built around some fun themes we're bringing to the game." So essentially, the post sort of launch plan that they had, which was already kind of up in the air anyway, is being scrapped so they can essentially revive the game, rework a lot of its core systems, and essentially make it fun. Which sounds like a great idea, genuinely, but is it too little too late?
I think Anthem is going free to play, you know that? Ooh. I think it's going free to play, and I think they're gonna have, sort of like what Guild Wars 2 did, if they've got seasonal updates, I think they're gonna have something like that. That's just the feeling that I have, because I feel like Anthem, bless it, has got a bit of a bad rep. It wasn't great. It wasn't great. It had good core mechanics, so maybe they just need something like going free to play.
That's the most frustrating part because the core mechanics are really good. Flying around and shooting is really good. It just didn't have the quests or the mission structure to kind of back it up, or especially the story. And the idea of having the cataclysm where you have this world that is, constantly changing. You have the Anthem of creation that could theoretically result in so many imaginative, creative gameplay possibilities. That just hasn't come to fruition. And although we were promised a sort of ever-changing game world, that also hasn't come to fruition. The entire roadmap was essentially scrapped, and they've been kind of trying to scramble with these quick fixes, like Chad has said. But that hasn't really cut it. It does need kind of gutting and retooling from the inside. And that is a cool idea, but will people just drop off? It's been, like you said, it came out in February. It was a long time ago, and it's nearly the end of the year now for them to just sort of go, you know what, now we're just kind of cutting ties with what Anthem was and we're making what Anthem is going to be. It's a cool idea. Maybe it should have happened, 4 months ago.
Yeah, at least they're doing it, but I think they've just suddenly realized that it's not going well.
Yeah.
Very, very late on in Anthem's life, unfortunately.
I think free to play could be a good shout because it's very recently, I think it's about to join the EA Access program. I think, and it's really cheap in stores now. I was checking, I was in a secondhand game shop, and it's
very, very cheap. Traded in,
Yeah, well, I think everyone just bought it, realized they got to that Tomb of the Legionnaires quest and thought, no, this isn't for me. But speaking of live services ever changing,
yes, that's true.
We actually do have a final point about Destiny 2 and the Destiny franchise as a whole, because this does, in my opinion, sound quite promising. They have recently laid out their 5-year plan for the Destiny franchise. This is Bungie I'm talking about. They released a new vid doc, and there's a good report over on GameSpot that kind of sums up every major change that's happening to the game, because there are a lot. Essentially, they're just redoing everything. They're redoing weapons, they're redoing armor, they're redoing PvP, they're redoing missions, they're redoing how they approach the world. And I'm a lapsed Destiny 2 player. I played it at launch, and obviously, fell off because I'm not still playing it now. So I don't know how much, fundamentally has changed since then, but this sounds very radical, but also kind of cool. I think this is what people have been waiting for since, they split with Activision. People wanted Bungie to kind of take the franchise back essentially and make it for the fans. And that's the direct quote of what Bungie has actually said. They said they want to build Destiny for its core fans and the people who love it. Hopefully they can achieve it. This is years after it came out, but hopefully now is the time. Go.
As you may or may not know, Josh Brown, Destiny and Destiny 2 were two of the only games, among the only games I've ever bought with the best of intentions and just not liked. Just didn't like them, just couldn't get into them. And maybe, could this make me like Destiny?
Maybe. This is the thing. I'm sort of similar to you. I really want to like Destiny. I bought Destiny 1.
I loved Halo.
I loved Halo. Put so much time in Destiny 1, and I kind of just forced myself to like it. I feel like that's what a lot of people did. They just went into Destiny 1 and just played it, and then, 100 hours later, eventually thought, this is part of my life now. I actually quite like this. It's a weird relationship. I've got this. I want to like it. Destiny 2 obviously had a much more tragic kind of story, I guess. People jumped on board. There were promises that the new story mode was going to be better, and it was, but then it had a much larger drop-off rate as they started, monetizing it even more. So hopefully this big change, which starts with Shadowkeep, that comes out October 1st, the next big expansion, will sort of remedy that. At least,
that's very
hopefully.
soon, so hopefully we'll know more about that soon. I feel like it is very good. I just want to say it's a good point to say that they're not just thinking, right, okay, Bungie, we have Destiny back. Let's make Destiny 3. Yeah. Let's make everyone rebuy it. No, they're thinking about how to improve what they've already got. And I feel like that is a point that should be sort of centered on. And that is that they're not like, they want to make the game amazing. I don't think their priority is money. And I feel like that is the best.
That's good, because they could have very easily, like you said, just sort of said, we've made a mistake, we're going to have Destiny 3, that's going to be the Destiny game you've all been waiting for, and I don't think anyone would have bought it. That's kind of what EA did with Star Wars Battlefront 2. They kind of held their hands up and said, we've made a mistake, this is the Battlefront game you want, and then it obviously wasn't, and now instead of releasing a Battlefront 3 that has done, made the same promises, they've rebuilt that game kind of from the ground up again. They've released new expansions, they've tweaked things, they made it really interesting and got the community engaged. And I think that's what essentially Bungie is trying to do with Destiny. They're trying to glue that community back together, show them that they still have what it takes to make a great game, turn a great game around, and then release Destiny 3 in a few years' time when the goodwill is finally back.
Yeah, I think that's a brilliant idea. I think that's really, really encouraging to hear.
I do as well.
Yeah,
but I want to know
guys.
I hope so too, to be fair. I just want to enjoy Destiny. That's the end of it. I love the guys at Bungie. I love that shooting system. I even quite like the lore, to be honest. I've done so many lists on Bungie that has made me just know this story kind of off by heart, and I really want to like it. But I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Are you looking forward to any of these changes in Anthem or Destiny? And will you be picking up the Rockstar Games launcher for those 7 juicy games? Either way, while you're down there, could you give us a like, share, subscribe, and head over to WhatCulture.com for more lists and news like this every single day. If you don't, though, I've been Josh, joined by Rach.
Smorgasbord.
And we'll see you soon. I'm never going to live that down. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, guys. Stay lovely.
Smorgasbord.